I guess Christmas came early.
You came on time.
I mean, from the lamb to your slaw to all the sides and ending with this, just pure perfection.
Well, if you're going to go out to a restaurant, this whole meal caters for about 6 to 8 people. Guarantees going to cost you minimum of about 600 to 700 ringgit.
Yeah.
But with a bit of time and prepping, let me teach you how to make this Christmas for a fraction of the cost. So before we get started, I got to remind you, there's some recipes I won't be featuring in these few episodes. That's the roux and the mint sauce. You can check out our previous episodes to find out the recipes, or you can get the full article on FMT. Now, to get started, we're going to need 1 lemon and we're going to zest it. Yeah, that's about enough. We're going to juice this lemon. Let's get that lemon zest in. Got my handy citrus squeezer here. Put some muscle in it. Turn it around. Do it again. We're not going to put all our yogurt in. We're going to put about 3 tablespoons. Now, we're only going to put the things we need to blend fine. We've got some ginger here, chopped garlic, thyme leaves, leaves only, rosemary, and we'll start blending. We want a smooth paste. Pour it back into our balanced yogurt. The lemon juice that I've had earlier, use that to basically clean out the jug. So I got the salt here, bit of chicken stock seasoning, black pepper, Dijon mustard. We'll whisk this all up together. Now it's ready to use. You can transfer it and put it in the chiller. It can last you about 3 days, or you can freeze it indefinitely. Now we got to prep this bad boy up. This is a whole leg of lamb, it's Australian. We've got 3 sets of bones here. We've got that hip joint bone here. We have a femur bone and we got the shank. We're going to make an incision right here. I want you to use your fingers and feel along that bone. Make an incision. The idea is to get the bone out without losing as much meat as possible. So this is the section that's joined to the hip. As you can see, you can turn it. You're going the right way. Cut along that bone until you reach that joint. Now, once you located that joint, you want to go right through it. See that little joint there? So that's the hip joint just coming up. It should pry open. Give it a crack. This is the top side of the lamb leg. This is the underneath. Just go right down to that bone. Just follow that bone right all the way down. Now, once you hit that bone, cut along that bone. So as you can see, that's all the meat intact. Okay, the bone's here. You got a bit of meat on the bone, don't worry about that. You want to go all the way to that joint. Find that shank joint, and you want to cut along and through it, just like you did for the hip bone. So there it is. You'll get a bit of an incision right here, but it's all right. There's a small hole here, no problem. What I don't like is this bone here, the shank part, this bone sticking out, all that meat is just going to be wasted. It's going to be overcooked. So I'm just going to trim and French this bone up. So you cut all along that bone. Now use a paring knife, scrape that bone clean. Right, any trimmings? We'll put it together with the bones, and there you have it. All right, leave this aside. We're going to start prepping the lamb jus. It's a sauce for the lamb. I want to crack it open. Lay it in between some kitchen towels. Use a rolling pin. It's going to make a bit of noise. Marrow bone open. Look at that, all that marrow. Gonna add to a roasting tray some celery, some onions, and some carrots. Now, with our help from our friends from Kitchen Plan, we've got an Iloma oven, the Yoka series from Germany, combi oven, really top of the line. We're gonna put it for 200 degrees Celsius because it's high powered. Now to marinate that leg of lamb. Gotta put my gloves on. Now you wanna get some flavoring inside. Gonna sprinkle a good amount of salt and black pepper on the inside. Just a little bit of yogurt marinade, measured out, 50 grams of yogurt marinade for the inside and 200 grams for the outside. Now we're going to truss this leg of lamb. We're going to get some butcher twine here. We're going to tie it from the shank side. Do a double loop right here. So you see what I'm going to do? I'm going to loop this twine under my hand and I'm going to slide it under the lamb. We truss the lamb so it gives a nice shape as it's roasting and it doesn't come off. That looks about nice. You can cut off that bit. Let's do a double loop at the end here and secure with a dead knot. What I want to do for extra flavor, right? I want to make about 1-inch incisions along the top part of the lamb. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Stick your finger in, make sure it's deep enough. So what we want to do here is, I've got some anchovy fillets. Should be nice and salty ones, the soft ones. Got about 50 grams here. Stuff it into each little incision that we made. Our anchovies are all stuffed inside the cavities of the lamb. Next, I've got some garlic cloves, and we're going to stuff it in those cavities as well. And I've got some cherry tomatoes, which I've cut in half. Let's stuff that in at the top. Okay, jam it in there. Right, look at that. Bet you all never seen anything like this yet, right? Now we're going to marinate this with our balance of 200 grams of the yogurt marinade. Just pour it liberally all over. Now yogurt has some tenderizing qualities to it, so it will further tenderize this leg of lamb. We're going to leave this to marinate in the chiller at least for 2 hours or overnight for best results. So it's been a good 45 minutes. Our lamb bones are nice and brown. Let's take it out. So as you can see, the lamb bones have caramelized really well together with that vegetables that we put in, all the aromatics. What you want to do is get a nice stock pot. You can transfer that roasted lamb bones into the stock pot. I'm going to add the tomato paste into the stock pot and bring it up to heat. Stir it around. You want to get that tomato paste cooked. You don't want that canny flavor from the tomato paste. You want to cook out the tomato paste. That we've cooked out the tomato paste, we're going to add our water. Don't add all the water. I want to deglaze this roasting tray, so save some. I've got some chicken bouillon, chicken stock powder, salt, black pepper, got a bay leaf. So I've got some thyme and rosemary. Now we're going to bring it up to a boil and simmer it. In the meantime, place your roasting tray on the stove, bring up the heat. Careful, there's oil in the roasting tray. It will splatter a bit. Stand back. Look at that liquid. It's all flavor. Don't waste it. Mix it all in. After it boils, reduce it to a simmer and then set a timer for about 1.5 to 2 hours. For the roast potatoes, I've got some new potatoes, or they call it chat potatoes in the industry. Now I'm going to straight put it into some room temperature water. I'm going to salt it and I'm going to turn up the heat. So potatoes have been simmering for a good 10 minutes. I just want to check. We're not going to cook it all the way through. Just going to take one to check out. If you see, if the meat gives away a bit, just like that, it's done. It's par cooked. Now that we have drained our potatoes, we let it steam dry a bit. I'm going to add it to a roasting tray. I'm going to season it up with some salt and some vegetable oil. I'm using corn oil. And we're going to put it into a preheated oven at 230 degrees Celsius for about 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to turn it every 15-20 minutes to get nice even browning. Our lamb has been marinated, has been trusted, has been stuffed. Now I've left it in the chiller to marinate uncovered, and I've taken it out to temper. It took about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to get it up to room temperature. Now we want to season it liberally with salt and pepper before we put it into an oven. All right. Already preheated the oven to 200 degrees Celsius with a number 5 fan setting with low humidity. If you're doing it with your house oven, you might want to crank up the heat to about 220 to 230. So I'm using a wire rack here. Gets even airflow, and I've set a baking tray on the bottom to catch any drippings. Later on, we'll be putting our roast potatoes underneath there to catch the drippings from the leg of lamb. Now, carefully place your leg of lamb onto the wire rack. I'm going to use a probe thermometer that comes with the oven, and I'm going to set it for 40 degrees Celsius. All right, so it's been about 1.5 hours. Our lamb bones and vegetables have been slowly simmering, extracting all that goodness out of that bones and vegetables. Now it's time to finish up our sauce. We want to fish out any bones that we can see. And I've got my roux here. Let's give this a whisk. As you can see, immediately after putting in the roux and whisking it a bit, it goes all thick and shiny. Once it comes back up into a boil, you can taste it. Now time to strain it. Set another smaller stock pot, get a sieve over it, turn off the heat. All that balanced liquid out through the vegetables. And there you have it. Now the best time to roast these potatoes is when you got something else roasting in the oven. In this case, leg of lamb. So I've already set a roasting tray underneath here. Let's get rid of this. Now, check on it every 15-20 minutes. We're going to turn it and toss it with a spatula to get nice even browning. It's been 45 minutes. We've tossed our potatoes about 3 times already. Potatoes are done. Evenly brown, it's crispy. Potatoes are hot off the oven. Just hear that crisp. Okay, plate it up. I'm going to garnish it with a bit of fried rosemary and that's it. So now onto the glazed carrots. I've got about 1 kilo of carrots here that I've washed and dried up. Now I'm not even going to peel the skin. The carrots look pristine as it is. Just going to trim a bit of the top and the bottom. Just going to cut it in half. Cut each bacon in half. Now you got quarters. Now I'm going to cut it again. The internal temperature of the leg of lamb has hit 40 degrees Celsius. It's time to take it out. Look at that beauty. Now don't be tempted to cut into the lamb yet. It's only 40 degrees Celsius in the center. It's still cooking. You gotta let it rest. In about 45 minutes to an hour's time, the residual heat will continue cooking it till medium well. That'll be about 65 to 70 degrees Celsius. And also it'll cool down till about body temperature and all the juices will go back to its natural places in the muscle fibers. So when you carve it, you're going to have nice juicy lamb. So be patient. Best you can do now is just tent it with some foil, put a timer on for 45 minutes minimum and wait. We're going to make our glazed carrots now. You need a nice flat pan. You want to put in all our carrots. I have here the juice of 700 grams of carrots. And we're going to add some sugar. We're going to add some salt. And we're going to turn the heat on while stirring it. So the carrots are almost reduced down to a glaze. Look at that. So the carrot juice, together with its own braising liquids coming out from the carrots, all the pectin and the sugar has thickened up. Now you want to test one carrot. Just put it outside. It's tender. Now what you can do is turn off the heat. You want to swirl in that butter. Now, we can plate up. Gently transfer it to a serving plate. Now you're going to take all that glaze and pour it over the carrots. So I'm going to garnish this carrot with some thyme leaves. Okay, our lamb leg has been fully rested. It's at about room temperature. Going to take out that butcher twine. Now we're going to cut right at the shank. Look at that, perfect medium well. We're going to go on to this side of the meat. I'll normally like to cut it in half and then I like to give it thin slices. Let me get to the shank part. I'm going to trim it down a bit. Set the bone up for presentation purposes. I'm going to garnish it up with some parsley sprigs. Got some cherry tomatoes for color. Got some fried rosemary.
Hello again, Chef. I'm sorry, I'm back.
Hi, Raz. Good to have you back. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, but you know I'm not Divya, right? Divya's on holiday at the moment.
It's all right. Neither of you are stars of the show. It's me and the food.
Fair. Okay. I just have to say, Chef, this looks glorious. You've got lamb, glazed carrots, roasted potatoes, and a very fancy looking coleslaw.
Instead of doing the traditional roasted Brussels sprouts for Christmas, I thought I'd make it into a slaw, fancy it up a bit. And I also got dessert for you later.
Oh my God. What's in your slaw? Very nice tang.
Did a orange dressing with a bit of star anise and cinnamon.
Okay.
Also has cranberries and pomegranate in it, just to give you the Christmas feel. The carrots are reduced in its own juices, thus enhancing the flavor of the carrots. So that will be maybe the carroty carrot you ever had in your life. That lamb's really tender, seasoned well, I presume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poke some cavities in it as it's roasting. That anchovies just melts into that lamb. Works very well, that saltiness with the lamb. And we have a yogurt marinade on the outside. In the video I showed, like after you carve the lamb, you want to season in between the meat layers.
Okay.
And then layers of vegetable oil or olive oil before you serve it to keep it moist.
I mean, I can taste all the love you put in this.
And that potatoes is just a sponge to soak up all the drippings from the lamb.
Right.
And now, I have dessert for you. A
Oh,
homemade
wow.
tres leches cake. Look at that.
Very,
Let's give it a
very-
try.
Look at that. And you can see it's still soft. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's soaked in milk. It's meant to be really soft. Cheers.
I know it's very indulgent. The cream and all that. Oh, the berries just counter it so well.
Just countered it so well. Yeah. And it's not too sweet either.
Chef, honestly, this is a wonderful Christmas spread.